This video is about the national policies on children. Let us have a look at a brief introduction to this topic. The government of India has so far implemented two national policies and one national charter on children, namely the National Policy for Children 1974, the National Charter for Children 2003, and the National Policy for Children 2013. So, of these, only two are national policies, that is, National Policy for Children 1974 and the National Policy for Children 2013. The third one is just a charter, the National Charter for Children 2003. It is the second one. So let us have a look at the first National Policy for Children, that is National Policy for Children 1974. So a brief introduction to this. The National Policy for Children 1974 was adopted on 22nd August 1974 in order to address the emerging challenges relating to child rights. An advisory and drafting committee had been formed for this purpose. The regional consultations regarding drafting of working paper on policy of children had been held across the country with concerned ministries and departments from states and union territories, civil society organizations, government and non-government organizations, academicians and experts. So, one thing you have to remember, this is the first national policy for children in India. The date is 22nd August 1974, and the main objective was to deal with the different problems which were emerging with respect to child rights or the violation of child rights. So, how this policy came into existence is that a long process for drafting the policy was undertaken, and this included consultations with different departments, government as well as non-government departments, non-government organizations, then academicians and experts in the field of child rights. So there was a long period of consultations held with such departments and people. After that, the policy was drafted. So, declaring its children as a nation's supremely important asset in the National Policy for Children 1974, the Government of India reiterated its commitment to secure the rights of its children by ratifying international conventions and treaties. So, the National Policy for Children 1974 declared children as nation's supremely important asset. And then the government of India again again it stressed its commitment to secure the rights of the children. So how this was to be done was by ratifying international conventions and treaties. So what are these international conventions and treaties? So you all must have heard about the United Nations, and most of the international treaties have been signed under United Nations. So, such as Declaration of the Rights of the Child or Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which has again two covenants, one for civil rights and one for cultural and socio-economic rights. And then there is a Convention on the Rights of the Child, and it has two optional protocols. Then the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, the United Nations Convention against transnational organized crime, the Protocol to prevent, suppress, and prevent trafficking in women and children, the Hague Convention on Protection of Children and Cooperation in respect of inter-country adoption, and the Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. So these are just a list of the different treaties and conventions. So you don't have to get worried about remembering the names of all these treaties. But you should know that certain treaties were signed at an international level, and the Indian government committed to bringing these treaties into existence or to ratify these treaties. So, what is ratification? Ratification is nothing but making it legal, legal in our nation. So, making it legal, making it applicable in our nation. So, by how do we do make it legal? By passing suitable laws. So, in order to protect the rights of the child, or in order to protect human rights in general. So we have to pass certain laws. We have to frame certain policies to actually implement these treaties, international treaties and conventions. So that is ratification of these international conventions and treaties. And in the Indian government committed itself to ratify these international conventions and treaties as part of the National Policy for Children 1974. The National Policy for Children 1974 recognized that programs for children should find prominent place in national plans for the development of human resources, so that children grow up to become robust citizens, physically fit, mentally alert, and morally healthy, endowed with the skills and motivations provided by society. The policy also laid emphasis on equal opportunities for the development of all children during the period of growth. So here again, you have to remember, or you have to understand that what this policy did. It recognized that programs for children should find prominent place in national plans. So whatever national plans were made, national policies were framed, the programs for children should become an important part in these national plans. Why? Because it is only by making some important programs for the children that our human resources will develop. Children will grow up to be healthy citizens, physically and mentally, and they will become asset to the society. So the policy looks into such issues for the overall development of the children. So let us have a look at the thrust area of the policy. So reducing infant mortality rate, then reducing maternal mortality rate, reducing malnutrition among children, then achieving 100% civil registration of births, universalization of early childhood care and development and quality education for all children, achieving 100% access and retention in schools during preschools, complete abolition of female feticide, female infanticide, and child marriage, and ensuring the survival, development, and protection of the girl child, improving water and sanitation coverage both in rural and urban areas, securing for children all legal and social protection from all kinds of abuse, exploitation, and neglect, complete abolition of child labor with the aim of progressively eliminating all forms of economic exploitation of children, monitoring, review, and reform of policies, programs, and laws to ensure protection of children's interests and rights, ensuring child participation and choice in matters and decision affecting their lives. So these are some of the thrust areas of this policy. So issues such as reducing infant mortality rate, maternal which are like the basic requirement for any nation. So or reducing malnutrition among children, or achieving 100% registration of births, then universalization of early childhood care, or development of quality education. So all these are very noble thrust areas, or noble areas to which this policy gave a lot of importance. Then this is just a brief coverage of the National Policy for Children 1974. So now let us have a look at the National Charter for Children 2003. The National Charter for Children 2003 was adopted on 9th February 2004. It underlined the intent to secure for every child its inherent right to be a child and enjoy a healthy and happy childhood. To address number two, to address the root causes that negate the healthy growth and development of children, and thirdly, to awaken the conscience of the community in the wider societal context, to protect children from all forms of abuse while strengthening the family, society, and the nation. So, this is not actually a policy, it is an additional charter for children. So, this is also an important document when you study about how the policy growth took place in India regarding children. So, this was adopted in February 2004, And the main areas that which it underlined was that every child has an inborn right to enjoy a healthy and happy childhood at first and foremost. Then it also sought to address the root causes that negate the healthy growth and development of children. So those causes or those reasons, those which actually hamper the healthy growth of children, or which don't allow the children to grow in a healthy atmosphere, to have a healthy development. So we have to address these root causes, means we have to solve these problems, solve the problems, solve the issues which don't allow the children to have a healthy growth. And thirdly, to awaken the conscious of the community in the wider societal context to protect children from all forms of abuse. So it also sought to make sure that the community plays a part, or plays a part in the protection of children from all forms of abuse, because the community participation is very important to make sure that all children enjoy their rights, or they have a healthy childhood, or have proper development. So uh, these were some of the important areas addressed by the National Charter for Children 2003. And of course, we have another policy which I'll take up in the next video in more in detail. Thank you.